Alright, I'm going to start here, but there's a pretty good chance I'm going to wind up running 12 Frogify effects because I'm just dying before I'm trying to do what I do. But we're going to start here. Terra, nothing to do with enchantments or anything. It's just to mill myself and catch people off guard, milling giant creatures and then reanimating them. So, this seems exciting, and we're going to try it. I might. Probably. I assume it's probably a good idea. Can't say it's a bad idea, so. What costs 1 mana that my opponent's not using? A cycle card? Do those even exist right now? Oh, I didn't hit anything. Wow. I hit nothing? That's crazy. What did they do? I wasn't looking. They... Oh, okay. So... Commander or you into... I didn't pick anything to reanimate. Land... I think I want the mana, though. Color fixing. It sets up my Terra. Mill better. It also sets up Lumra. Okay. Let's take the walk-in closet. Let's play this tapped. And let's start gambling. I need a mana source to do greatness here. Okay, so not dead if this dies. Got a bajillion zillion mana. Can reanimate 2 things. I mean, there's not a lot to reanimate currently, but we'll see what happens, I guess. Oh, no way. Didn't see that coming. I couldn't have played it if I was gonna die if it didn't work, because, I mean, I'd be dead. It's just always dying. Okay, let's... What's a non-legendary in my graveyard? Summon Knights of the Spaghetti. So I'll start there. Wait, yes. Yes. Alright, we did it. I actually played that card. No way. I actually did it. Look at it go. Let's put that here. Oh, wow, I get to do that, too. Let's get rid of the commander? No, let's just get rid of this, because Ward, I just don't have to pay life. Oh, I should have enchanted a land. Yeah, I should have enchanted a untapped land there. But, I don't know. My opponent has to deal with my board anyways. Ah, we got a phone thrower. We did it. I mean, I'll complain, but I won't get, like, upset. But don't get me wrong, I'll complain. But I'm not, like, upset that I didn't win or anything. There is a difference. Put back Tyrant. It's castable. Maybe I don't need the plains. I mean the forest. I forgot about surveillance. I forgot again. Probably some merit in those here. Everyone has an arcane signet too, that doesn't help. I see an awful lot of turn 2 arcane signets. Not ideal. Beginning your end step, discard your hand, draw equals the amount of spells you've cast. Okay. Don't think they're going to do that here. I can just kill this, and I'm not at all convinced my opponent has a way to stop me. So, I'm going to put this in the stack. So a red source is important. I should probably cast my commander here. No enchantment, not the biggest of deals, there's not a lot of enchantments, but graveyard's ready. I just need a black source to do stuff here. That's not it. Let's discard you. Right? Yep, I would say so. Pick up Swamp. I can double... No, that doesn't make sense. Alright, let's just pick up this and assume it does something good for once. Good enough for me. Why didn't they get rid of the second card? This was gonna just remove itself anyways. That's a little weird. Yeah, let's just Windmill Slam Vaultborn Tyrant. It's just another annoying threat. And there's a lot of those in my deck, so I can just start casting them. They did just expend an exile effect too, so... Oh, alright. So I can reanimate Valgavoth. Surely there's no answer for the next thing I cast. I'm not going to cast this for 2 mana. I'm not going to do that. Oh, another answer. Excellent. Can I hardcast that? I can. another indestructible threat. So... Oh, an exile. Well, because of split up, I can just do this for impending instead. I can just grab this. It's not really doing anything. I can cast Virtue, which doesn't do that much here. Assuming my opponent doesn't have, like, Spell Pierce or something. There's no attack. Oh, I can actually cast this first, and then turn my creatures into mana dorks. Okay, that's fine. So I can still cast this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So because the Vaultborn Tyrant can't be killed, it could be hard to attack me, and that might have merit. Or they just have infinite exiles to everything I've done the entire game, and nothing I do matters. That could also be the outcome. When you unlock this, cast spells in your graveyard. There's just really nothing in my graveyard to do stuff with here. Might just have to do it anyways. Are there lands in there? There are. Okay. Oh look, another threat. Surely there's no way to exile this one. Oh wait, let's just blow this up. There we go. Another serious threat. Let's play... Commander? No, let's just play this, because we still know of the split up. We're not a land. There's no attack. Alright, so I can tap my own creatures in response to the split up to save just a few things. Untapped. Alright, so black, black, black. Alright. We have stuff in play, and my opponent doesn't. They had to actually blow up their own board, which is kind of nuts. I'm also now winning the damage race. Opponent could technically deck out drawing 2 cards a turn if it took that long to kill him. I don't think that's possible though. It just doesn't seem likely. Artifact enters, exile all artifacts and creatures 2 or less. Okay, that doesn't really do anything. I can exile this thing, but I'm not even sure if I care about that at this point. I think I'm going to use this opportunity to cast stuff out of my graveyard, because I have a lot of mana. Gift a card to summon Danger Noodles. It's hard to say if there's anything I could do that's better than what I just did. And let's reanimate Valgavoth, because who doesn't like Valgavoth? I will most assuredly keep that on top. And let's cast this, because the damage, can't say matters too much. Get rid of Overlord? I don't need it. It's fine. Alright, this technically has Shroud right now. Or Hexproof, rather. They kept something that doesn't answer what I did for the first time this game. Alright, so we're sacking that. Sure. When do I cast these? Just whenever I want? Yeah, just pay life. Alright, this lightning bolt's my Vitality? No, one of my summon Bahamuts. Have we gotten through the wall of exiled permission? Has it happened? Has this deck finally run out of gas? They discard Seam Rip. Another card that wouldn't really do much here. They're not dead in one attack, though. Especially if they cast this, right? I lose all the tokens. This is a survivable attack. Alright, they actually didn't answer my stuff. I actually untapped the stuff. Look at that. World first. I should just cast... Actually, hold on. Let me do this first. I should just cast this, because if I don't, there's a good chance Valgavoth isn't doing much here after the fact. Let's play you. Let's play you. I could play Seam Rip, but I don't really care about Seam Rip, to be completely honest with you. If they want to trade with Vitality, by all means. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to give them the ability to do that. I'm just not going to swing with it. Yep, Triple Chump makes me think there's either a sweeper, or they're just playing towards a sweeper, so you might as well block, and maybe swinging would have made sense. And Seam Rip doesn't do anything. That doesn't matter. I'm not casting my commander. Alright. I have a good card on top as well. I can recur, I suppose, anything I want. Alright, we did it. We got through the endless wall of removal. Finally, they ran out of answers, and we did it. Another land is completely fine here. Another player with Arcade Signet. I don't know what it is. Someone has to let me know. How do you do it? Someone inform me. Everyone's doing it. Turn 2 every game. Probably just get rid of a Sacred Foundry if they cast their commander. They do not cast their commander. So let's cast this here. Okay, that just worked. Let's get rid of Stomping Ground. I don't need it. Opponent gets rid of a creature, sure. I wish I had a creature to get rid of there. 1, 2. I can actually just Windmill Slam this, and then, unless they deal with it, it's a problem for the rest of the game. I'm going to try to do that. If it also kind of disincentivizes them to make me discard, and Grixis doesn't have a lot of enchantment-based answers, so this could be significant. I do not, though, have a creature in my graveyard. Let's get rid of probably that one. I guess the Overlord will continuously show up, though. Oh, Virtue is also my opponent's graveyard. I forgot. Hadn't considered that. Oh, come on! I just literally can't have anything for a single turn this game. It's impossible! It's impossible. Whatever. Recasting it. Fight me. I am going to trigger Virtue. It's gonna happen. You can't stop me. I'm sick and tired of it not doing anything. I'm casting it and you're gonna have it do something. Or so help me. Alright, they don't even bother swinging with their commander. There are 11 cards in my opponent's hand. They get rid of 2 lands, yep. Alright, they just reanimate it themselves. Amazing. Alright, we got a little 1-3. And we can just kill this, but we can also just hardcast this. Yeah, my opponent gets the land, right? When this dies. So there's no... It's not a really good thing to steal. Okay, well, I can reanimate that. My opponent knows I can reanimate that. I'll probably double block the thing there. I can also just discard Sin, actually. That is fine. I basically don't have a hand anyways. That's not what this game's about. My opponent has drawn half of their deck already. Crazy. They have Go-Go in their deck. Interesting. The neighbors are firing off fireworks. They feel it. They're feeling it. Okay. Discard a card? Could just discard that. It's not like I'm going to cast it, so... Can I cast this? Yeah, I can cast this and Bitter Triumph, so that's ideal. I should probably cast this now? No, I think it's better to trip up my opponent. Let's just try to do that. I'm winning significantly in play, so I'm not too concerned about a counter spell. Man, those are some serious fireworks. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're not little baby ones. They have like the whole... You can hear the launcher sending them out. Okay. Kind of interesting. Let's kill this. No, it's just fireworks. Okay, Lumra's interesting. I can actually cast it, too. Well, that's ideal. Yeah. Oh, I should have swung with the Overlord first. Oops. Who cares? And bloop. Get rid of you. Oh man, we're gaming. Look at us. Look at us go. I'd close my window, but my air conditioner's in there. Alright, sure. The occasion for fireworks? I don't know. Beats me. Your guess is as good as mine. Alright, they're over it. Yeah, Virtue is just going to completely... It's just going to continuously do stuff. Very interesting. I'll take a... Yeah, we'll take a land here. We'll take another land. Oof, maybe I want a third forest. Glimpse the Core is looking real close to not doing much. Getting real close. Alright, opponent plays a 2/4 that I did not read. Enters or attacks, draw, discard. And upkeep if they're 14. Okay, sure. Do I actually just play this? Yeah. Could cast it next turn for real, though. This might just be a better idea. No enchantment. Ugh, come on. Most enchantments wouldn't matter anyways. What's funny about this is my opponent might not know what's going on, and they could just exhaust resources to kill it, and that wouldn't, like, matter to me. So... yeah, we'll do that. Oil Deep. Enters, look at someone's hand. Okay, so you make me discard and draw. Probably the Virtue, so you don't lose the game, ideally. Yeah, you take the Virtue here. I don't think there's even anything close to the Virtue. Oh no, I can just pick it back up with Dredger's Insight, right? No, I cannot. Okay, yeah, take Virtue. Don't agree. So let's play you. Get that. Alright, well that I suppose worked out nicely. Okay. I don't really agree with that, but there must be another way to deal with my hand, otherwise I don't know what, why you're not taking the Virtue. There could just be another way to deal with it, which is reasonable. Another Fountain Port Enjoyer. Casting Fell on a creature that's gonna die and doesn't block. A little strange. I know it's a sorcery, but I don't think I'm committing the sorcery there. Like, full stop. I just don't think I'm doing that. Alright, it's in play. You're a blue-black deck. Don't you suddenly have enchantment answers. Don't you dare. They don't exist. Not real. We made it up. This is a complete fabrication. Well, it's a little late to look at the graveyard here. I mean, looking at the graveyards doesn't change what this is up to anyways. So, but you didn't make me discard it with this. So I'm going to assume you have a way to, like... Okay, I guess not. Huh. I don't know if that blue Overlord was the right hit here, but maybe they thought I was just never going to 7-mana Windmill Slam, which I suppose is kind of moderately reasonable. Let's get rid of you. Alright, yep. It's another game where Virtue resolved, although my opponent did have an answer to it. Random ghost vacuums are crazy. What is Ghost Vacuum even doing in Standard? It's weird. I feel like there's just not enough for me to ever want to run it. I think I'm fine. Just grab it, Forest. I think we're fine on colors. They could have just played their commander and... Alright. Maybe this is better. I can play pretty well around the Ghost Vacuum. They didn't even use it. They just decided not to use it there. I don't know why. Okay. We safe? Looking alright here. Let's get rid of Ice Tool Explorer. As it stands, not really doing much. Another land. Well, that's not... That doesn't matter. I'm not going to cast my commander. Actually, maybe I should cast my commander. Although they have the Ghost Vacuum. All it does is find an enchantment. It doesn't take me off of Bitter Triumph. Okay, I'll just cast it. Probably wanted to do this first. I just came to this conclusion later. Walk-in closet, sure. Alright, so they can attack the lands in my graveyard slowly. Or just do whatever. My graveyard can't be part of my game plan, is the main thing here. Lumra of their own. No... Oh, there's one land in the graveyard, okay. You find a bunch of lands. I probably have to kill that. This has first strike? Why does it have first strike? That was a lot of lands. Pizza... I don't know the names of the people in my... Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. L? Name just looks like L? I have never gotten... It's been so long since I've got a super chat, I don't even know how to read them. But thank you, thank you. The 5 Canadian. Assuming that's what CA is. I know my lore. Alright, my opponent's doing the old historic Brawl thing, but, I mean, I don't really care. The land count is not what this format is about, fortunately. Also, the Ghost Vacuum is now gone. It's actually gone sooner than I would have thought it would have left. But I don't have an answer to summon Bahamut, which can kill something. So I'm still losing. Oh wait, no upkeep crack. I want to draw the Vaultborn Tyrant. I'm not even sure if I have another basic. They gotta be kind of careful. You can mill out in this format. I have learned that. Alright, they swing with that. I don't know if I would, but maybe mana is fine and the second Overlord doesn't really matter. Okay, let's crack this. I can start casting stuff at some point with the room. Okay, I had one basic left, jeez. Yeah, we should actually just do this, because I kind of have to do this. So I will do this. Let's Bitter Triumph, summon Bahamut, because I don't want it to kill stuff. Let's cast... Okay, that doesn't do anything. Gift my opponent a card and get 2 Overlords of my own. That is quite significant, I think. Yeah, I want 2 of these right now. This is very good here. Don't need you. I can cast all the stuff in my hand at this point, so I don't have to get rid of it and make it vulnerable. I might as well play that on the graveyard. Doesn't do anything, though. Can I cast this for real? Nope. Okay, we can just cast that. They can recast their commander however they choose. Don't know why they killed the Ice-Till Explorer. Oh, because it's going to mill them out. Alright, I was right. Ice-Till Explorer is actually a problem for my opponent, and they noticed that. Alright. Man, it's almost like I know what I'm talking about. Crazy. What else you got? What do we got? Everything has haste. Alright, that is haste. It can kill both of my Overlords. I'm sure it will. Although it will die in combat if they go that route. They have to, though. You can't let me untap with this other Overlord. Although, my hand is stacked anyways, so it might not matter. I'm going to assume it's going to kill the 1/1. Okay, it just didn't. Wonder what that's about. Why did they not kill the Overlord? I know their card has... Okay, they're just done, that's why. They're at 8. It's not lethal next turn, but my hand is stacked. We just played through a hyper value Ghost Vacuum. Alright, do they have the 1-drop? Let's see. Yep. Oh, it's not the 1-drop though, so we can keep playing the game. Huge. Let's, yeah, this is more valuable currently. Feel way better with the 3rd Forest here. Does it matter which one of these I cast? No. At least I don't think so. I'm not going to cast my commander. Get rid of you. Oh, I found a second blue source, but it's tapped. Ugh, tragic. Would have been great to double up on the same turn. That would have been kind of neat. This is castable, but I don't want to draw it. Alright, I'm looking for a black source, ideally. Super, ideally. Cavern of Souls. There's really not a lot of, like, counter spells in Standard right now, I've noticed. I can't even cast that. Alright, this has to put in some, like, stupid work here. Stupid work, please! Alright, found it. Let's get rid of you. And then... shock myself. Is this an instant? It is. Okay. Okay. Things are happening. Roaming Throne. Alright, so their name what? Cat? Druid? No, you name Druid. If you're sweaty, you name Druid. Yep, not sweaty. Let's get rid of you. Okay. So what do we double up on? I could just get this, but then it dies to my opponent's stuff. Yeah, Vaultborn Tyrant is just absolutely gross. I don't have a second black. Oh, alright. Alright, we go this route. We go this route. Stats Central. Yes! 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 Also, this is a 6/6. It is not a 4/4, because I was forced to cast the other Reanimate spell. Hazoret. Uh-oh. I'm about to get trampled. There's not a lot of aggro decks. Notice that, too. Okay, if I had a second blue source, you can maybe keep this. But I don't. So, probably not. It is incredibly easy to just get completely trampled here. Okay. Another land is not necessary. This is one of those commanders that, like, has to have a 1-drop. They also got the engines from a different card, so they don't have to cast their commander, which is very, very, very bad for us. There's not a lot of that, but they had it. I'm gonna be maybe... Oh, they had it twice. Jeez. I'm gonna maybe be too slow here. It's looking like I'm gonna be too slow. Does that help? Kinda. Alright, the 3/2 is... It's certainly a card. It's a card. It's got text on it. You play Victor in Standard, so everything's a threat? Yep, that's fair. Everything under the sun, including Victor. Victor definitely has it out for you. Don't think he's letting you just play him for free. Is this indestructible? It is. Okay. I can steal it, and then they can just recast it. Mountain's still in the deck, so here... Get rid of Hazoret? They can recast it, though. And then... Commander? I actually didn't need to grab a mountain. I didn't have to do that. It doesn't matter, but I didn't have to. Mill something good. Okay, we found cards. Alright, do I grab this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we will grab that one. Because it could matter to hardcast it. It is effectively the exact same, except I commit less of my resources to do it. So this is the same thing. Come on, play Hazoret. Do it, please. Come on. Yes! Okay, okay. Swing, swing. We're gaming. We're actually gaming. Game 3 life? Literally unstoppable? Keep gaming? Beating the red? They drew a mountain for the turn? This is indestructible. That's right, you read it. That's right. Uh-oh. That's not ideal. I can do something about that. I can block. Yeah, I can block it. But definitely not ideal here. Yes! Yes! Ah, yes. Oh, we can beat aggro decks. Look at that. I beat an aggro deck. This is the Vigilance tapped thing. I got, like, mid-range to death by it last time. Yeah, okay. Hey, we have Arcane Signet. Look at that. World first. World second, actually. Land? No land. Hey! Surveil land doing its work. It finally happened. Drawing lands is still valuable, so I'll just cast the haste ramp spell instead. It's like kind of suboptimal, but just there's more lands in my deck, i.e. forests. Okay, let's we have Vaultborn Tyrant in the graveyard, so let's just cast this here. Alright, well, Vaultborn Zombify. That's a thing we can do. I don't even have to do it, because I am pretty fast right now. Yeah, let's actually just not do it, because I found something else. And there's a chance I reanimate something vastly more intimidating if I just cast this here. Okay, I'll actually pick this up. It's just fine. Alright, I milled over Sire. Vaultborn's still just the play, in my opinion. Also, what is Command Bridge? Enters tapped. You tap on tap. Oh, okay. Alright, station, yep. I would like to kill this, but I also feel like this is just better. Another reanimate spell is not necessary. My opponent has to... I mean, the title of the stream, I think, says standard, doesn't it? Yeah. It says standard or savior. Brady. Alright. There's not a lot of ways to put lands in your graveyard, so Ice Till might not do anything. Although any land drop, you do just mill. So it does sort of, like, feed itself. I'm also ahead. I don't know if more lands is what my opponent even needs to have to, like, play the game here. Alright, so it's another exile effect, or a singular exile effect. Do we swing? Yes. Do I have lands in my graveyard? I do. I do not have double blue, so no that card. Alright, we're just gonna play this because it's giant. I can swing. I probably should swing because I think they're gonna block, and I would love to recast my commander, so. This also gets rid of the thing that taps their commander for free, so that makes sense. It also makes sense to swing and not block, because it's vastly more likely that it gets to trade on my turn attacking than my opponent's turn blocking. Also, I don't really like this battlefield. I just noticed it. I mean, I like sci-fi stuff, but it feels weird. It's a cowboy and this in a spaceship. It's a little weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Land would be nice. If not, don't really feel bad. Well, they have options, and I'm going to assume none of them involve killing Overlord, because that's probably like the first thing you do here. Okay, I guess not. They also have ways to tap their commander anyways. Yeah, there's just like infinite ways to do that. Me trading is not like turning that off or anything. Found a land. I should have been more specific. Yeah, we play more giant dumb stuff. We play it pre-combat before we don't and feel stupid. Okay. Oh, it can come out of the graveyard. Oh, I didn't even know that. Look at that. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, I had to do that. I had to do that. Okay. Alright. Stats. We're ahead with stats. And a significant amount of stats. We have more stats here, in hand, and also in graveyard. So, we're ahead in the stats department, probably for the rest of this game, unless something crazy happens. So it's up to my opponent to... I don't really know. I don't know what this deck does to stop me here. We shall find out. Alright, more mana is... Oh wait, whenever you attack, this deals 100 damage to something. Okay. Surprised to see that. Okay, okay. I mean, they already had that effect here anyways, so that doesn't matter. They already could have done that. What is giant that my opponent could do that is exceptionally good here? I don't know. It can't be the core game plan, because it's not your commander. This is your commander, not this. They don't have to swing to do the Kona thing. They already had a bajillion mana, so whatever they put into play can't possibly be insane. Yeah, whenever this attacks while saddled, untop everything, and it's indestructible. Okay, sure. So, summon Spadoodle, pre-combat, make combat better, correct. Let's kill the Sloth? Let's kill the thing that can kill my stuff. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, in the stats department, I'm so far ahead, my opponent has to come at me at a different angle, and this in the command zone, I'm not sure what this deck does to outpace my stats that I'm vomiting into play. Let's do that. Stomping Ground would have made more sense. Yeah. Too late. Let's get rid of you. There is no way I cast you. I can cast my commander. There's no mana drains. There's some 2-mana counter spells. Not a lot. Okay, that's just straight up better though. So that's ideal. Let's get a Swamp. Oh, turn 3 stock up from a luge. They just don't leave up infinite resources. That is just... This is such a different format. I don't know if I agree Bonny is very strong in historic Brawl. I don't know about that. It costs 6 mana, and you can just kind of get the same result from playing something that's significantly cheaper. The strongest part about it is just the blue-green shell. I really don't think Bonny is the strong part. Like, you get mana drained and Rivers Rebuked and all that, and you're like, oh, Bonny's strong. But it's kind of just the deck. It's not really Bonny. I don't really ever care if my opponent plays Bonny in Standard. Alright, I'm gonna go to combat. They're gonna have to do something about this, I'm sure. They do, yep. Let's play more mana. Wait. This is guaranteed mana. Yeah, let's... but this sets up my reanimate spells. Yeah, let's just cast this. I should have surveilled first, but I didn't. Yikes. Well, I got what I wanted. Ugh, yeah, I should have surveilled first. I just missed a land because of that. Kind of annoying. Fortunately, it doesn't matter too much. So, land, combat. I will lead with this. Nice. It worked out. Yep. The luge is very different in Standard. Very, 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 very different. Turn 3, sorcery speed, tap out, stock up is not what this would do in Historic Brawl at all. Yep. Of course. Why not? The slowest, greediest commander just has the best thing. Yep. That adds up. Our first Llanowar Elves is Muldrotha. Actually fascinating. Looking like it's not going to matter, though, because my hand is real bad right now. Okay, my hand got way better from that singular draw. Again, all of them ideally are black sources here. They fetched and didn't do anything. I don't know what that means. Okay, we can play double Overlord. I can play Lumra and get 2 lands minimum. But I think double Overlord is vastly superior, so I'm gonna not respect negate or something. Still no Muldrotha value. Okay. Muldrotha value has been found. Board state weird. Oh, I guess I could have just milled it. That's funny. Forgot about my Lumra trigger. That's a little late to the party. Overlord is a decent top deck? Yeah, I guess. I'm not winning anymore, though. If my opponent had, like, no cards in their hand, I might be, but that's not the case. Wait, why did they target me with the mill? I don't understand. You can't continuously play lands now, though, I still is going to mill you. Should you even have played this? You got to be careful. Okay, well, I mean, fair enough. I don't know if I like that. So let's take... How do I not have Ardyn in the graveyard yet? Are you kidding me? Jeez. Alright, let's just play stuff. Do I have a fetchable land? I should have checked first. That was a mistake. I do. Okay. Nope. Ice Till is a dangerous card right now. We're at 13. Land drops reduce your turn count. Unless there's some way to shuffle the graveyard, which, I mean, there could be. There's Summon Bahamut. Just come out of the graveyard there. That, I think, is a good sign. Okay. They can play Sky Serpent, Mana Dork. That's about it. This has Death Touch. Ice Till of my own. So summon Spaghetti or Overlord that then finds summon Spaghetti. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I can afford to do this. I just criticized my opponent for doing it, but I can afford to do this, so. We can get Ardyn. 1, 2, 3. I was just making sure. My opponent summoned Bahamut. Get rid of Muldrotha. Swing here. I want to hold that. No, it's got Menace. It's got Menace. I don't really care to lose anything, but we have so much damage showing up that I can just lose my 14/14 and just push an insane amount of damage. So we'll do that. 6 cards left, though. So Overlord is in the risky business department at this point. But this is always going to be in the way. I must get it out of the way at some point. I might as well put my opponent on basically deadness here. This is a game where they were on the play with Lenarel Spelunking. The old historic Brawl opener. First time I've seen it today, too. And here I am, somewhat ahead. Can't swing with this, though. I mean, I can, but probably shouldn't. They kept Muldrotha in the graveyard. Okay. Well, I suppose that makes sense, yeah. Oh. Okay, there goes the board. They can exile something. I don't know if it matters what they exile. Alright, they exiled something. I am losing the decking race now. Tragic. Overlord of their own. Wait, what are you doing? No! Okay, my opponent just played Overlord. They should not have done that. Now they have 2 turns to do 38 damage. Not ideal. No idea what you grab. I'm not even going to bother looking. I'll just see what they grab. They grab... Whenever land enters double something. Alright, so they can play this. Oh, okay, they didn't play it. Huh. Okay. Why did they not play that? Shouldn't they have played that? Oh, I guess that... sure. Alright, so... We play this. Actually, it's an artifact for this card. That's huge. Can't play my commander. Sack these. Grab... Yes! Ha Oh, that was a good game. Okay, so this is a really interesting strategy. I have only seen it once from somebody. And it works pretty well. It's just like the last commander where your commander is a spell. Well, that doesn't mean anything. Your commander is a sorcery speed spell. It's just a sorcery that has text on it. It sometimes does this other thing that you don't care about, and at no point did I even consider trancing this thing at all, ever. I just wanted to do the top part, 3 mana mill 5, sometimes grab a card, and that's pretty good for a reanimate strategy. Having some enchantments is nice, so it sometimes does actually become a card draw spell on top of that, but it wasn't like I lost the game because I missed an enchantment. I can still just win with the mill 5, and that's fine. But yeah, I never went with the trance. That never happened. The reanimate strategy works, so there's just enough reanimate spells currently in standard to have it work. I don't follow standard rotation too well, so I don't know which ones are going to leave or show up, but as it stands, there's just enough that I felt like it was fine. The having no 1-mana cards also just felt fine, which is a really good sign for the format, in my opinion, as a whole. It means the games aren't getting just blasted so quickly. I mean, again, I'm so used to a timeless Brawl where you're just it's over so quickly that you barely get to play the game. That's not the case here. I just played no 1-mana cards, and I felt completely fine. The draw discard spells were excellent. This one is really nice because it's also an enchantment for your commanders, so you can actually grab this. No feeling more satisfying, except maybe Buried in the Garden, because assuming you can cast it the turn after your commander, that would be ideal. Getting access to the lands in my graveyard wasn't too difficult. Sometimes I really wanted to. I did have Titan in here for a second, the 5-mana Saga Titan thing, for kind of the same reason. The top part mills, and well, let me just... Like, the top part is fine. The land reanimate is fine. The 3-part, the 3rd chapter, is okay. I don't really care at all about that part, but it is there, I suppose. Sometimes you can just annihilate your opponent with it. I have been annihilated by that 3rd chapter, so it's something to consider, I suppose. It gives it trample, right? Yeah, it gets trample, so ideally you have a giant scary thing. But I don't know, every time I cast this, I was a little surprisingly disappointed with it. The top part is the same exact thing as my commander. And then the second part is why I really like Lumra. So it's just weird to not want to play this. But for some reason, every time I cast it, it just sort of let me down. It's just something to consider. Again, it was in here for a while. Maybe I just didn't get the results I wanted and pulled it out. But this is arguably a perfect fit for what we're doing. Like it's even an enchantment. So Terra can just find it on the Terra cast. Like, this is just a perfect card for this deck, but for some reason, it was just not doing anything I wanted it. I don't know how or why, but one would probably make the argument it should just be in here, no questions asked. So maybe the list I upload has it. I don't know. I don't know what you could take out. I wouldn't take out any reanimate spell. Like, every single one is good. They are fine in multiples, right? The second and third and fourth are sometimes just as good, if not better than the first one. So you just critical mass of them is perfectly fine. The card discard stuff to obviously get rid of the giant thing in your hand and draw reanimate spells is excellent. Later on in the game, you can draw cards and then discard like a land or some other random thing like a ramp spell, because you can actually just start hard casting these, and that is quite significant. I think, yeah, so just like the last commander I played, there was one color that was really just non-existent, and oddly enough in this situation that color was red, which is the color of my commander, but I need red every single time to cast it, so it is effectively I mean, there's also this card technically, so it is like as close to a Traxa as a 5-color deck is going to be, like Atraxa colors. And usually, you know, if you've ever watched any of my content, when it comes to 5-mana commanders, 5-color commanders, I usually push red to the wayside, sometimes white to the wayside, because it's usually not the best, like, pound for pound singular cards, and a lot of the red things are aggressive, and, you know, I'm not much of an aggro enjoyer. So it's like usually red is the color I don't end up putting critical mass in my 5-color decks. This is no exception. But I did feel like I wanted red almost every game, but not every single time. Like, every game, any game I did not have red, I felt fine. I could just sort of do something else, ideally. If I'm doing nothing, then the game's over. But ideally, red is involved. But I didn't necessarily need it. The color situation, I was really concerned that I'd get color screwed a lot, and I just didn't. Especially when I took out all the 1-mana green mana dorks, could play way more tapped lands, because I just don't have a 1-mana card. And that opens the floodgates of all the surveil lands and stuff. I could probably play even more surveil lands. I did really try to finagle the 3rd forest, because Glimpse of the Core would ideally always find a forest. One could make the argument you could just play 2 forests. I would never just play 1. You could probably just play 2 with Glimpse of the Core in your deck, because on average, 1 will at least be in your deck when you cast this. And if it isn't the case that is, like, they're both in play, if you have 2, then at that point in the game, most of the time the Glimpse of the Core wouldn't have mattered. You're going from like 6 mana to 7 or 7 to 8 with your Glimpse of the Core. Maybe you don't even need to cast it anymore. So there's a lot of argument that by the time you have your forests in play, on average, you already have so much mana that this wouldn't have mattered. But it's just a safety net that if you do have 2 forests, or even milling them, it's not like we're not milling ourselves. We can actually mill forests and then feel bad. But ideally, this is going to be cast before that matters, right? That's the entire point of this. If this was like a 4-mana card, you're just not playing it, right? Unless it's an explosive vegetation or something. Because that's the idea of it's going to be your 2-mana play. It's just like Llanowar Elves on turn 6. It's like, yeah, you top decked it's mana for you, but it's showing up at a point that it's nowhere near at its best in the course of the game. So, yeah, so probably I just found a way to get a 3rd forest in here. I still would say 1 of each basic is a good idea with a strategy like this, but you could probably play more surveillance than I did. You could probably take out 1 or 2 of these basics for even more surveillance. Like, oh, these could just be the blue-white surveillance. I don't know. But I wasn't color screwed, or if I was, it was not very often. So very good sign, and it's actually kind of not even that heavy into green. Like, that's, the 2nd most represented color, but it's not that, like, I didn't have to play Arcane Signet on turn 2. I didn't have to play this on turn 3. Standard is quite forgiving in that regard. Now, some decks, that's not the case. Like, I think against Hazoret, I probably would have been doomed if I didn't have something, but we had the something. So, really like this strategy. It's pretty interesting. Surprised I'm not seeing it anywhere from my opponents, but yep, standard Brawl is pretty good. Stonks are high and rising. So, we'll see what the Spider-Man set does to it. Alright, let me know what you thought about this. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.